The tangle webs between Venom and Spiderweb. Between Venom and Spider-Man. Hey everyone, Genome here. Coming at you with kind of an unexpected video. Today I got home from work, trudging through my long monotonous day. And lo and behold, what do I find on my doorstep? But not one, but two packages. And who would they be from? Well, none other than Rayman the Silencer Man. So, wow, no idea what's in them. I've been kind of sitting on them so I could actually shoot some footage of me opening them up, but looks like some sort of AoK. I don't know what it is, but let's just dig in and find out. So, quite exciting. Both same size packages, and shipping was very expensive, so wow, it's like so cool, man. Oh man, is there ever a freaking load in here? And we got ourselves a note here. All right, I'll go ahead and read this out to you. Hi, my friend. I heard through the grapevine that you lost most of your collection due to a flood. Yeah, that was the Great Flood of probably 94, I think it was. Sorry to hear that. Here are some books to help you get started again. I know you like The Punisher, so here's some of my doubles. Not the greatest books, but they have cool looking covers. Your friend Rayman. Peace. So, freaking so incredibly cool. Thanks so much, man. Yeah, what I should do is just sort of buy a couple long boxes and then shove what I have remaining in them just to see how much I have left. When the pipe burst, I probably had at the time between 8 and 10 long boxes pretty easily, I'd say, of stuff that was in there. So yeah, I'll have to break out my card collection and you can see what sports cards I have remaining. Those actually did very well. I don't think I lost a lot of my because I had a lot of loose boxes of like old Topps cards, all the stuff that really wasn't worth much. Those I lost all of that, but basically everything I had that I had a protective case on, I think got out okay. So yeah, I'll just open this one too, and then we'll take a look what they are all at once. Man, there's more and more. But so creative for stuff like this. Rayman's always been a very positive chap. And just give you an idea of how many comics are in here. Yeah, it's a lot. So we'll start with the unmarked one first. Very well packaged, by the way. Yeah, but for those, I know I've said it in many different videos, but not everyone's probably seen them. I had left the house, living on my own, I want to say 93 or 4, and I wasn't exactly living the high life, so I didn't have any room for anything. So I left basically everything except for my clothes at my folks' place, and so it all sat in the closet for years while I was waiting for room to actually come and get it. And in that time, pipe burst in the walls, and I don't know how long it had sprayed before they found out. But it had just completely drenched everything in the closets. And of course, the long boxes, being cardboard, exactly repelled the water, it just held it in. So even when they shut it off, it just stayed damp and musty and moist in there. And a lot of the stuff, even if it didn't warp, it got full of mold inside the bags. And this is Florida too, so everything's humid. And for those of you who've been down there, understand. So very little survived, and even what I have was even barely worth keeping, most of it's got water damage. a very few things escape. It's so weird. It's like, you know, one thing would be dry, and then the next 10 things would be wet, and then there'd be another dry one in there. Didn't seem much rhyme or reason to it, but anyway, that's kind of what happened. So yeah, it wiped me out. I'd already kind of stopped collecting comics by that point, but I had some decent stuff, you know. I mean, for what I could afford back then, what money I didn't spend on sports cards went into comics, and you know, I had a lot of stuff, you know, a lot of first appearances, Gambit, and that sort of thing, and most of the Punisher Volume 1 run was in there. Tons of Burn X-Men. I think I had all the X Factor in there, every issue of that. I had so much stuff. It's all the Secret Wars. It's basically a culmination of about 6 or 7 years of serious comic collecting. So I'm not gonna be able to show them all. There's not any room. Man, he sent a ton of stuff. The shipping alone was over about $25, so this was not cheap, man. I feel for you. I mean, I'm getting AoK from everyone. Metarog, Unbelievable Simeon sent me a boatload of trades. Even he changed the name of his. I forget what the name of the channel was, but Geeky Pete sent me kind of an AoK for a contest I entered. He didn't have to, but he went ahead and did, and that couldn't have been cheap, shipping things across seas like that. So, all right, so enough of my jibber jabber. Let's get in here and see what we got. So I guess we'll start in the right pile here. So first one we got is looks like Punisher Annual number 6. Check that cover out. That's pretty sweet. See how many of these things you can hold. Punisher Warzone number 4. I'll just hold the really cool covers up for B-roll. Oh, that's pretty sweet. Punisher Warzone number 21. He wouldn't lie about the Punisher. Punisher Knights. You know, some of these I didn't get to read. So number 2, Punisher Knights. Excuse me. A sweet cover. Punisher Knights number 4. Punisher Knights number 5, or back to number 4 again. Wait, which? Oh, this might be a mini. Okay, we got Wolverine and the Punisher. It looks like Knights again, so I don't know. Maybe I'm reading it wrong. Can't wait to read that. It's like they're teaming up here instead of fighting each other. That's not normal for them. I got number 2, Revelation. Wolverine, Punisher. Those are two characters that are so much alike, it's uncomfortable with themselves. Okay. So, alright, that's a good little lot of Punisher stuff right there. Let's go ahead and make room for the next. Warlock and Infinity Watch, number 1. I remember this, man. This is taking me back. When the hype from the Gauntlet was real. Even everything came after that and just moved. I had to explain to some people who Adam Warlock was, people who just watched the movies. Oh yeah, I remember this. It's like a cover swipe here. It's like Quest Probe number 2. Justice League. Speaking of cover swipes, Justice League of America number 27 with the Exorcist cover swipe. It's freaking awesome. Oh wow, check that out. X-Men number 25. Anniversary issue, Fatal Attractions. And it's got the holographic card on there. It's almost like lenticular, but let's see if we're catching the light there, but sweet. This is a really nice condition too. Amazing Spider-Man number 437. Spidey's in a bit of trouble there. Spider-Man number 53, The Fall of Venom. The tangle webs between Venom and Spiderweb, between Venom and Spider-Man. They always got something going on, you know? They just can't get along for long. If only Peter hadn't rejected the symbiote originally. East of West number 1. Nice Image comic for $1. That was a pretty sweet cover. I like that, actually. I like the plain and the muted colors. And I'm sorry, some of these are variants on these newer ones. I'm not sure because I don't keep up with the newer stuff too well. Oh, nice, nice. We got Captain America number 295. I think I showed... Which one did I just show? Was it 296? Might have been 286 or 296. So this is right around the same time. This is some of my favorite run of Captain America. Really good stuff. You know, Red Skull tie-ins. Of course, I mean, it's Captain America, but it's back when Red Skull was kind of working with a lot of... like what, the Secret Underground, I think it was. Secrets of the Underworld, something like that. Spawn number 8. My first ever Spawn comic, actually. Image was not around when I stopped collecting. Not yet. I think it was right around the corner. Okay. Phoenix number 2. Let's see. Atlas Comics, all new, no reprint too. Look at that. I'm trying to see if I can figure out who did the cover. I don't know. It's pretty good though. It says 1975. That's a year earlier than me. Let's see. March. It's a year and 2 months earlier than me, actually. Damsels number 2 from Dynamite. Oh dear Lord. I don't think she'll be in distress too long, but okay, I'm running out of room there. Cull the Destroyer, another Robert Howard creation. Actually, at the time, his biggest. This is in pretty good shape too, actually. Number 24. Gotta love the loincloths and sorcery kind of books, right? These are all beautifully packaged too, by the way. Everything's in bags and boards. Okay, what if number 7? What if Wolverine was an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.? What if indeed? Yeah, he would kind of tie in pretty well with S.H.I.E.L.D., except for his slight issue with taking orders. Might not be so good. This is back when What If was great. Okay, what if number 10? What if the Punisher family had not been killed? They use a contraction, hadn't, but sweet. I've never actually read this one, but one of my favorite stories of all time is actually What If number 26. What if the Punisher had killed Daredevil? That was a crazy good story. I think I did a video on it a long time ago, like 8 or 9 months ago. So look in that Comics Nostalgia playlist. It should be in there somewhere. Speaking of, here it is right here. This is the one I did the video on. It's one of the best stories that Marvel has ever done. I don't care if it was, as far as a one-shot goes, I don't care if it was a what if or whatever. It was so good. They all start dropping like flies in that one. The chain of events is, I don't want to ruin it for you, but if you watch the video, but basically it starts with Daredevil, and then Spider-Man bites it, Aunt May bites it, and the Punisher doesn't really walk out of there too well, but he does do a good deed before he goes on the way out. Cool. Hercules number 4, Prince of Power. Number 1. Man, I'm slow today. Go Hercules. Back when the rivalry between him and Thor was big in Marvel. I don't know if that's the time when he took over Thor's Avenger spot. I don't think it was there yet. What if number 20? What if Spider-Man had not married Mary Jane? I remember this being a good one too, and highly sought after. Rayman, you have impeccable taste. And Marvel Knights number 2 again. I see their numbering has got me very confused, but let's see, it's by Figueroa and Ponticelli. He's having a rough day of it. He seems to be tied up at the moment. Okay, all my puns are exhausted now. So there's the first package. I'm not done yet. I still got another half to go. I am gonna have to get some long boxes now. Yes, Punisher Origin number 33. I remember when they started to go with these hyper-realistic covers at times. Punisher number 14. You know, I don't know if I have this one. I don't recall the cover at all. This is in volume 2 series, which I had most of. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff I was missing back then, but I had most of at least the first 70 issues, but I don't remember having that one. Punisher number 48, Next Top Bad Dog. I know I had this one. Who could forget that cover? Strapped to the front of a freaking cannon. Poor Frank, he gets in the stickiest of predicaments. Alright, Punisher number 52, Punisher Invades the Nam. Yeah, that's, oh cool, actually they had a Palmia down here at the UPC area. And that was the interesting thing about Punisher that set him apart from a lot of the other characters too, is they actually would talk about his experiences in Vietnam. Nothing too harsh or nothing, but you know, that wasn't always a popular subject to do things, so. Punisher 2099. I actually have this one still. It's one of my survivors. Actually, I think I have 2 of these too. One's in fairly good shape. I don't think it's in good shape as this one though. This one might have opened once. But Punisher 2099 book 1. It's a pretty cool series. They did the Punisher run some decent justice on this one. And the first 2 books are pretty good. It's basically a 2-parter. Here it is right here. Kind of see the birth of the new Punisher in a society that's very much like, this came out first, Demolition Man. I think these came around the same time. I have to look at the year. This was a 93 book. And I think Demolition Man came out when I was in high school, so that's around the same time. Be interesting to see which one came first. Alright, number 3. Interesting that the new Punisher 2099 guy, he liked to use this like baton a lot, and he used it as much as the friggin' his guns and things. Go ahead and make some more room here. And usually Frank didn't resort to that unless he had to. This is a famous cover here. God, I love Jim Lee. Jim Lee's run of the Punisher was so good. Man, they should have stayed there. He was getting X-Men, but man. This is Punisher Armory number 2. Back then when Punisher had so many different titles, it was ridiculous. Because he was a very hot commodity. Punisher Armory number 3. 32 pages, no ads. Okay, Marvel Knights number 1. Now we're getting down to it. Yeah, the good old Volume 4 series. Some of these I got in trades, and that's the ones that really sent me. I did a video on one of them. I think it was the 3rd one, and it spells out the infamous Punisher vs. Wolverine. So make sure to check that video out, because it's or if you haven't, just check out the book. The book is amazing. All the ones I read so far have been pretty amazing. Okay, Classic Punisher. See, I don't recognize this one. Representing, man, I'm having trouble reading today. Representing 2 feature-length black and white Punisher classics, plus a new 8-page story. I don't even know what this one is. I wonder when this came out. I don't see a date on there. I don't know. I'm gonna pop it open. Looks like it's never even been read. So, trade. Feels like about the same size. Okay, another Punisher number 1. Looks like it's in spectacular shape. I don't think this one's ever been cracked open. No ticks, I don't see any foxing or anything, so. beautiful addition. One more, I'll have to make some more room. Ah, yes, Punisher Warrior number 7. The second part of the infamous Punisher Wolverine fight, their first meeting. I also did a video on this one several months back. Once again, should be in the Comics Nostalgia section of my channel. Man, so far, amazing stuff, my friend. What is this? Oh, this is a John Byrne. Avengers number 188. The Elements of Doom. Boy, it's got all the players there. Reposition that real fast. Avengers number 206. Looks like Wonder Man's featured in this one. Cap's having to wear a friggin' temperature suit. I always liked the character Wonder Man. I think he was criminally underrated, underused. It's like the original Marvel zombie, you know. Avengers number 215. Oh, cool, I can win a 10-speed. Formula 10 racer. Oh, I better cut this thing up and send it in. There's Tiger holding on to Silver Surfer for some reason. He's infinitely powerful and totally mad. He's the Molecule Man. Now, Molecule Man is not mad, is I correct? That's more like Mad Jim Jaspers, like as in mad as in crazy. Molecule Man just didn't want his powers that much. Anyway, yeah, Avengers number 215. But he's like the second most powerful being in existence. Around the time of Secret Wars, he and the Beyonder were kind of feeling each other out just a little bit, and he's about the only guy who could stand up to the Beyonder at that time, other than like Living Tribunal or something, which he stayed strangely absent during that. Avengers number 273. It's got Black Knight on there. It's pretty cool, like a portrait style edition. Avengers number 291. Oh, it's a Buscema cover. Cool. Let's take a break from coming out of time. Oh yeah, he says in the back here, John Buscema penciling. So he must have done the interiors too. What year is this? 88? Yeah, Conan's still around. Oh, you know what? Okay, this is Avengers number 338. I wonder if I have the whole part of this. The collection of Sesson. I have... If this is what I think it is Ron Lynn, by the way. I believe that guy's Thane Ector that's on there. And the first couple issues, he had they were taking over Earth, basically, and beating the hell out of the Avengers. So this is the conclusion. I've never actually read the whole thing, which I'd like to really do that, so cool. Hopefully I have the other ones out there. Good old Operation Galactic Storm. Avengers number 345. And there's Siri. Bearded Thor. White Vision. Quasar. Man, they're all the characters that are out there to play. They always were color swapping Vision, I'll tell you. Let's see. This might be the end of the Galactic Storm. I think I had the final one. I think that's in the 20th one, I think. And that's in Captain America. It's one in the annuals, I believe. Avengers number 347. I love this black and white, like Negative Zone kind of look. Avengers number 349. A God Gone Mad. Looks like Bearded Thor is having roid rage. He's beating everybody up, including Hercules, which didn't really happen. Those two were usually on a pretty even playing field as far as power level goes. This is another Hercules one. Avengers number 358. Assault on Archon. Hercules is kind of a fun character. He wasn't quite so dour, so uptight as Thor, like Captain America was. He was a little more puckish, if you will. Avengers number 11. Earth's Mightiest Corpse. Is this some of the zombie stuff here? Okay. It looks like it. And that was all well after I was done collecting. But I always heard those stories are pretty interesting, the Marvel Zombies series. Alright, and we have finally Avengers number 13. Earth's Mightiest Heroes, the Avengers, or the New Warriors. So Justice, who's it gonna be? Well, there you have it. Wow, what an amazing AoK, and caught me completely off guard. I had no idea it was coming, and I just I can't say thank you enough. You know, the comics community is, I'm kind of a newer member of it, but I mean, it's so generous, and everyone's always helping each other out. You know, it gets kind of, make sure you can hear me. You know, it gets kind of syrupy. Everyone always saying, "Oh man, you know, the community's so great, the community's so great," but you know, the community puts its money where its mouth is. You know, they're always doing stuff like that. They're sending original artwork around. They're doing contests that basically only other people in the community are actually getting in. So it gives everyone exposure. You know, people are always helping find some rare, hard to get thing. It's just that I know it's such a close-knit community, and I don't know how long it's been around, but I mean, it seems like a newer thing. You know, like in the last year or two, that's really coalesced into the juggernaut, if you'll pardon my waxing poetic, that it's become. And it's just, I know, it's incredible. You know, the only shame of it is it's growing so much that it's so hard to keep up and watch everyone's stuff, you know, because you just can't enough hours in the day, you know. I mean, now when you're working full-time and you're also creating your own and you got other stuff going on other than just YouTube, so that's the only shame of it. But I mean, yeah, just you know, guys like Grayman, just, you know, he's been a loyal watcher for a long time, always been a real positive guy, and once again, I just can't say thank you enough. Like I said, don't worry, I'll pay it forward, as it were, and we'll figure out the next one. We're actually working on kind of a contest, a Graders Notes contest here shortly, and it's kind of a version of that. But yeah, just so like I said, he heard the sob story is from me, and decided to, you know, just I don't know, send an act of kindness my way, and it's just so incredibly cool. And like I said, I can't say thank you enough. I know I'm repeating myself here, but that's just how I get. I mean, I don't know what else to say, but it's just a great haul, and yeah, man, like that's it. I'm done rambling here, but appreciate you tuning in and watching. That one turned into a long one, but I wanted to do the haul justice now. Man spends that much money and time putting stuff together, you know, he deserves to. So yes, I guess I'm talking too long, and my freaking card filled up, so I had to replace. So anyway, once again, just last time, I send my heartfelt thanks to you, Ray Man. It's greatly appreciated. This will certainly help bolster my dwindling reserves, as it were, of comics, and I can't wait to bust in and read some of these, because some of these actually I've wanted to read in the past. So until next time, this is Genome, just loving his new stash. Out.